Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Wanna Talk. I have my lovely wife, Redden Economics, Stevie.
Hello.
Anyway, so tonight I'm basically gonna go over the reasons why we're fucked. No, I mean there's so many thousands of reasons. But listen, you guys know the show is about saving the planet and all its inhabitants. You know that, right? What is your show about, basically?
Mine?
Yeah.
Just keeping an eye on the people in charge, creating a game plan for how we can change the world.
Game plan, change the world, try to fix things. Gotcha. Anyway, it's 21 and over. Congrats to you. Having a couple of beers. And I'm spilling it on myself. But anyway, and I want to keep it simple because my title says, and some of you will understand this, is they know we can't visit them on the hill. Now what? So what I'm saying is, because of the virus, because of the pandemic, because of the lockdown, because nobody can go outside, we can't march. We can't protest. We can't do fucking shit. So what can we do?
Ooh. I have to think on that one.
I mean, like, what did you say earlier? What did you say?
I'll write a strongly worded letter to our representatives.
Write a strongly lettered word to our representatives. You know, I'm pretty loud already, so I'm going to put this a little closer to you. But it's pretty obvious. It's like they can fuck around with this for the next 3 months. But here's what's happening. Martial law, for reasons I don't know why. I mean, why would you have martial law if there's nothing that you need the National Guard for? I mean, maybe I don't understand the War Powers Act or anything like that, but I don't see anybody looting yet. I don't see anybody. I saw one video where this person, a couple, they walk into some grocery store, they take what they want, they fill up their bags, and they just leave. They're just like, fuck everybody, fuck you, end of the world, Four Horsemen, Armageddon, you know, the return of Jesus, whatever the fuck, and they just took off. They just didn't care, and the video's like, oh, you guys are assholes and shit like that. I'm like, it's like you guys got, I mean, CVS or whatever store you're in, they've got coverage. It's called a BOP, a business owner's policy. Anything that's missing or lost or damaged or anything like that, it's covered. It's covered. So, I mean, we're at that point right now where people are so pissed off. I'm watching Combo Cats. I'm watching Graham. I'm watching Ron. Interesting, but exciting video with Chad. And I'm just watching. Everybody's just pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, we should write a heavily worded letter to your congressman who's going to wipe their ass with it. They're literally going to wipe their ass with that letter. And it's almost like it's almost like they know this. Like, so they're all in Congress, they're all in session, and they're trying to bicker back and forth and see what lobbying party or lobbying group or lobbyist they can best please without losing their donors, their campaign finance donors. And here's the thing: we're not included. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get the short end of the stick, that's for sure. I know Canada's already given their citizens like $2,000 a month for the next 4 months. And here we are, richest, supposedly greatest country in the world, and we're bickering over $1,000 one time, which, will make it, helps a little bit, but, we're talking about months of quarantine, of bills. I mean, if you fall behind 1 week, then they start adding on late fees and overdraft charges and this, that, and the other, and it's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be really bad.
Yeah, they're thinking on loans. We'll just get a loan
Yeah, let's just
if you
add it to the
qualify,
stack of other loans that people already have
right? Because
and other
everybody's
credit
FICO
card
scores are
debts.
fantastic.
Mm.
Fantastic FICO scores, everybody. And after this, your FICO score is going to be shit. Whether you like it or not, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax are going to fuck you royalty. And that's one of the greatest parts of capitalism is keeping track of how you're making your payments to the banks, how you're doing what you're doing to appease the loan gods who are getting their money. How much money is it now? Like 4 trillion, or I don't know. It's trillions of dollars that they're not even contemplating. It's gone. It's there. It's in their hands. I mean, am I wrong or am I wrong? I don't know. Are you checking the chat? You're checking
Yeah.
the chat, right? Okay. So here's what I want to bring up, and the reason why um, these FEMA camps are starting to be made. I don't know. Fucking know. But let me just get to this. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? This thing is gigantic. I didn't have this ready, which I never do, because I don't have a crew of people. But right here, this is the NDAA, and I'll read it to you as best possible. The 2012 NDAA grants one person in particular, the President of the United States, the authority to determine who is and is not considered a suspected terrorist. But he can designate that authority to anyone he would like Mike Pence. That would be perfect, right? Mike Pence, God bless you. And we would not know because it would be considered a secret, right? And this is just such bullshit. You could all, and it doesn't just have to be one person, which people don't really, and there's so much more. The NDAA and the Patriot Act and all this stuff after 9/11 was just to put a tighter squeeze on the American people. It was the, it was so that they could better. Well, they used that excuse, which was an excuse, uh, to buckle down and get a better grasp and control over their American citizens, so they can have a better advantage over them, so they can see what they're doing. So and then we have this. I mean, it's control. It's fucking total control. And then we have this. Um, I think I just leave it the way it was. And then we have this with MoveOn.org, which is one of uh, Hillary Clinton's pages, right? If you don't think it is, it is. It's part of the Clinton.
Well, that was created after the Lewinsky thing, because the whole thing was we're going to move on from that.
The what thing?
Monica Lewinsky.
So the Monica.
This Move On was created in response to the Monica Lewinsky scandal.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh,
that's why it's called Move On. Like, just move on already.
It's just
talk about it.
Still okay. We're just gonna move on with that. Okay. But anyway, so moveon.org, .com or whatever the fuck it is. So what they're pushing is they're pushing. Oh shit! Let me fix that. Hang on. I'm not perfect at this. Protect democracy, right? Help us root out disinformation, right? Help us help this fucking rich piece of shit. Well, he's rich, there's no doubt. I don't really know if he's a total piece of shit, but that's what usually happens for some reason.
I'm gonna go with yeah.
Huh?
We'll go with yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's a pretty safe bet.
You're gonna say yeah, definitely he's a piece of shit. So what I simply wrote, and I just did a screenshot of it. So they want to let them or whoever's running the store that day, or all their little minions or henchmen or whatever's inside of this Facebook facility, or whether they're at home or wherever they're or whatever the algorithms that they're going to put out for this, they are going to basically check to see who's not giving us what they believe, what they feel, what they dictate is truth, fact, correct, right. It's all in their hands. So I simply say, you know what? I will fucking decide what is information, and I will fucking decide what is not information. Is I do not want anyone else deciding for me. It's up to me to do my own due diligence. It's up to me to do my own research. And I will check to see if what is being preached or advertised is true or false. Not Facebook or Twitter or TikTok or fucking Reddit or anybody else that's out there or YouTube. And thank you, YouTube, by the way. Nobody ever says this. But thank you, YouTube, for not shutting me down. I appreciate that. Because they know I'm really trying to do the right things here. And they
What?
understand. What? I'm not saying they're great. I'm not saying they're great. But, I mean, I'm sure they could have had. I think if I got bigger, they'd fuck with me.
Of course they
If
would.
Yeah, if I had more than 1,000 and I had super chat, which that would be nice, but
Oh, that's why.
yeah, then they would come after me. Then they would probably come after me. But since I'm so small in my realm of subscribers, which hopefully will be fixed because I really like to get that moving, they're not really fucking with me. So, disinformation is bullcrap.
And what exactly does disinformation mean anyway?
It it means that I
I mean, I
think
know what they're saying with it. I know what they're getting across, but it seems like a lot of fancy word
fancy
for.
schmancy.
I mean, just call it what it is. Are they saying that they're lies, falsehoods? I mean, like what? What qualifies as disinformation to them? Because you were just asking a question on Facebook. You weren't even stating anything. You were just asking some questions, and they removed your post for asking a question.
Yeah, it was a question. It was I don't remember the question. And they removed the post. I'm like, I'm just asking a question. It was fun. And then Twitter shut me down about a week ago for saying we need to slap Bill Maher, this piece of shit, in the face because he's a fucking piece of shit and everybody knows it. And he's just such a poser, man. I mean, so many of these celebrities that are on mainstream media, HBO, CNN, all the mainstream media, MSNBC, Fox, the BBC, PBS, even Democracy Now, in my opinion, has gone fucking way right. Um, all these so-called celebrities that have made their living off of being supposedly super progressive, super left, very liberal, very, very for the 99%. And then now that they have all their money and they're going to get taxed more, and they're starting to see that their stocks and their money is going to start to dwindle by a tenth, they start fucking going in a different direction. It just seems like that's par for the course when you get too big, right? When you start making the big bucks, it's like you start to become a fucking total asshole to the rest of the people that actually got you where you are now. That's what it seems like.
You lose touch with everything, everybody. I mean, like you just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know anymore. You got surrounded by people that are constantly telling you yes, and you're the greatest person. Oh well, that's a fantastic idea. Everything's wonderful and sunshine, and they start to believe it. They really believe it because it's just like, well, why else would I have all this money if I wasn't just so smart and I worked so hard?
Yeah, and that happened in the beginning. There are some people that are still down to earth. Um, I'm going to bring up Jimmy Dore, and this is the reason, okay? Because I love the fact that he's still operating out of his garage. He's still, doing the super chat. But when he brought Tulsi Gabbard on, that was his moment. I mean, he's had a ton of moments. He's not perfect. I get it. Don't. I'm not slamming him. But when she said, "That's between me and them in the campaign," what our conversation was, it's like he's never let anybody off like that, right? And I wouldn't. I want to know why the fuck Tulsi Gabbard decided, which I have many ideas of why, and a few theories, and a couple of facts that kind of connect the dots of why. But I wanted things to get confirmed. Um, and he just accepted the answer, right? He just accept, okay, that's for me in the Bernie campaign, and you can't know that. Well, what happened to transparency? Right? It's just we don't have time for glazing over. We don't have fucking time for people to not give us the information that we need so that we can make a better decision on who we want running this fucking country. Well, you're not going to get it from fucking Joe Biden. He's just a blanket of fucking bullshit. All right. But you might get more, of course, from Bernie. But when fucking Tulsi was all about us, all about the 99%, all about all this stuff, and then she endorsed Biden, and then she went on Jimmy, and then she just, I'm still butthurt, you know. But the thing is that's that moment when you knew there are people in bigger places that mean more to what we need to do. It's like she couldn't say, look, Faiz Shakir and Ro Khanna, they've been blocking me out because I'm a Modi guy, and Modi's a fucking asshole. Like this guy hates Muslims. He's treated them like shit. It's like Israel against the Palestinians, and she still supports Modi, which is fucked. But what the fuck does that have to do with us? Now that's one of the theories. The other theory is that she fucking took the deal to be her um, Biden's VP, right? And the other one is she had always been just full of shit from the beginning, which I doubt. And then
That's a long con. If that's
that is a fucking big ass con, man. That is a lot of work. Yeah,
I don't think they're that smart.
Nah. I think it. I connected the dots pretty well when it comes to Ro Khanna and Faiz Shakir, the campaign manager for Bernie Sanders, who nobody fucking talks about. Nobody talks about fucking Faiz Shakir with Bernie Sanders. Nobody. What? I don't know how this guy has gotten by everybody. He's gotten right past Kyle Kalinske. He's gotten right past fucking Tim Black. He's gotten right past fucking Mike Figueroa, Humanist Report. He's gotten right past fucking Jamal. He's gotten right past Jimmy Dore. I mean, it's like nobody's touching this motherfucker. And if you watch him, and if you've seen him, he doesn't give a fuck. I can tell when somebody cares. You saw it. Do you remember?
Yeah. The fireside chat?
Yeah. It's crap. I mean, what did you think of that?
I mean, I didn't really get to see it.
Oh, the whole thing?
No, I got to see parts of it, but it just felt like, I don't know, it clunky. Like, Bernie didn't look comfortable. The other guy didn't look like he did want to be there. Like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you could have gotten pretty much any of his... even somebody that doesn't like Bernie Sanders would have made that a far better interview than what it was.
Right. It's like he was just going through the motions, which I think he's been doing from the beginning. And nobody's calling him out of this. Nobody's fucking saying, hey, Faiz, so you used to work for Nancy Pelosi, right? Who obviously loves Bernie Sanders. And you used to work for fucking Harry Reid, who obviously loves Bernie Sanders. And you used to work for fucking John Kerry, who obviously loves Bernie Sanders, right? These are all people that still have Faiz Shakir's phone number, his cell phone. And if Bernie fucks up, guess who's going to pat him on the back? These fuckers. And Hillary. So, I mean, there's so many different reasons why Bernie's fucking up, but ultimately I said, it's your boat, Bernie. You're the captain, right? I said, Bernie, you're the captain. You're the one that's fucking in charge of this thing. And if you're not paying attention to Kyle and Jimmy and Mike and Jamal and fucking what's Jamal's new friend that he does that thing with? Political Misfits. I don't know his name. Combo, the Convo Couch, Conversation Couch. Just a few others out there that have been really trying to push hard to get Bernie to fucking, you know, not just take off the gloves, but you know, grab a fucking tank and ram it right up Biden's fucking spinkster, right?
It's graphic, but yes.
Yes, he needs to fucking go after that motherfucker.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, okay. I think that there's a way he could do it, because if he just goes after him like the way Trump would. I mean, Trump, like, he doesn't care to make fun of people, but when he does it, it comes off as like picking on somebody that's weaker, or that's not, like, not mentally there. Like, obviously, Joe Biden has some form of dementia. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the fact that, I mean, he's not going to beat him up over it, but he does need to draw attention to it. He can draw attention to it without it coming off as punching down.
No, I just think he should just cut his fucking throat. That's what I think. I think he should point blank. Okay, so let me just in this. Where did I get this? I had one where there it is right there. So I'll show you guys this. So what happened here is Biden doesn't want another primary debate. Oh, I wonder why that is. Right? I wonder, what do you think? I mean, what do you think?
No. Somebody that old with that level of dementia, uh, he's going to have to need, I mean, those kind of days, those lucid days where he can be on point and seem like everything's okay and play it off. He can't do that. And he's going to need lots of days, maybe even weeks recovery in between each time he does that, to come back, to bounce back from it. But he's pushing himself where he's running for president, and he's not getting enough rest. That's why you see him on these news channels, and he's like, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, that was stupid. Let me rephrase that." And all these little Biden gaffes. It's because he's pushing his mental. The hamster in his brain is wheezing.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, everybody's talking about it. It's disgusting. It's terrible. So if I gotta show you another. So he was on with Whoopi Goldberg, who everybody knows is way out of touch with fucking everything on the planet. I mean, what do you think about Whoopi Goldberg?
She's pretty good at getting it wrong.
She's good at getting it wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me show you this, guys. Where is it? I put it up here. And what's that now? Please. Oh yeah. So this is a good one right here. I'll get the whoopies. Trump wants packed churches on Easter despite grim coronavirus warning. Then I put here, no, please let them all pack the churches with as many people as they fucking want. It's okay to let these morons pack in the churches, pack in as many people as they want. Okay, whatever. I didn't write that correctly. But anyway. And I got fucking Jimmy Nunes, who's a Republican. Where's the one I did on Whoopi then? It's somewhere. Where did I even put that? Ah, man. No, I didn't. But so he's on with her, and he's talking about what he's going to do, what this should happen, and what that should happen. And it's just like he's trying to catch up for lost time. And you can tell it's edited, and you can tell that he's only saying just a few words. He's not giving you like a paragraph of things. He'll say just a few talking points, more bullshit, and then she's just laughing and celebrating and oh, that's wonderful. I don't know why I thought I had it on my Facebook. I'd show you guys, but it's these people that are so fucking rich and so fucking rich want this motherfucker in because
They don't want him in. They just want him to run against Trump.
Yeah, because for some reason, I no, okay, these are people, yeah, these are people that watch CNN and MSNBC. That's it. They don't look at anything else. They don't go to YouTube. They don't go to TikTok. They don't go to Reddit. They don't go to anywhere else for their information. They don't research anything. They take CNN as ultimate factual truth. That's it. So this is the kind of thinking that you'll get from these people. And
it's non-critical thinking. Because if you really sat there and you thought about the stuff they were saying, you're like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. Or that's the exact opposite of what you were saying yesterday. And if that's true, then this other thing that you said yesterday can't be true. Then which one is it? But they don't. It's just you take in the information and then you regurgitate it, just like in school,
Well, they're zombies. They're zombies to that information. They're not checking anything. They're not researching anything. They're not doing anything of that nature. It's just information. It's really bad. It's really bad. Oh, you know what's weird? Oh, there's other shows on right now.
Yeah, Jimmy Dore's on right now. That's why.
Oh crap.
Yeah, I was like, usually somebody, at least a couple people pop in, but yeah.
Oh, let's see what he's talking about.
He's talking about the stimulus bill.
Yeah. Let's see.
They don't return my calls. What?
I'm going to put him on for a little bit.
Yeah, that's the
No,
one.
don't do that.
First of all,
on my show,
don't come to me.
No, that's kind of messed up.
First of all, I do reach out to the Sanders campaign often to ask for comment, to ask for clarification, ask for, and I normally don't get those things.
Oh, so yeah, I got this.
Why don't you ask Bernie Sanders why he won't come on a progressive talk show?
God, there's so many things that I get.
Is he afraid I'm going to hit him? What is he afraid of? Is he afraid I'm going to bite him? Or is he afraid of questions?
So now there's people that are accusing.
That's weird, right?
Okay. Fuck. Oh my gosh.
He's gone on Fox.
He goes on fucking Fox News, for fuck's sake. He's gone on YouTube shows that literally have 300 subscribers. I've seen that happen. So, again, I totally support Bernie's agenda. His strategy is horrible. It always has been, and it's cowardly.
What was that?
You shouldn't.
Am I in trouble?
MECB, thank you. Andres, hello from
I'm
Cuba.
supporting
Hello. Chris Rawlings compiling Free Switch 1.8 on Linux right now.
Anyway,
boring as
that
ever.
Thanks
for being here.
So this is what they're talking. So they're talking about the accusers.
Brian,
right? I'm going to turn that up. They're talking about the accusers of sexual harassment, rape, or whatever the fuck, or Biden, because he touches people inappropriately all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time. It's bad. It's fucking bad. So anyway, he's going to be on for a little while. It's only, well, fuck, what time is it over there? Oh, it's early for them. They're going to be on for a long time. Jesus. Anyway, so to put it mildly, and then I think I'm good. Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to discuss? Anything like that? Anything?
No.
Okay. No. Okay. So here it is in a nutshell. No matter what you cry and scream about, no matter what you write your congressman or post your congressman, and I mean, I've been trying to tell everybody to stop drive-through or just shut the fucking country down, but nobody's doing anything like that because these motherfuckers are still beheld, they're still whores, they're still puppets to their campaign finance masters, and they're not going to listen to you. They're only listening to you because they got some kind of conscience, a little bit of soul, right? But if you look at every fucking bill that they propose, especially the Republicans, it's all about taking care of the corporate chain, the corporate interests. Totally, it's all about that. It's not about us. I mean, like you're saying, other countries are given. It's like money should not be a fucking factor at all, because people's lives are at stake here, and this thing can get really bad, really bad. So anyway, you can't go to. You just can't go. You cannot go to the Hill. You can't go to your town hall. You can't go protest. You can't go gather. And if you do, you might be labeled a terrorist, and you might get taken into custody.
What exactly is the definition of a terrorist?
It's somebody who threatens the interests or the people or the society in some way, shape, or form of the United States of America.
So,
and there is really no definition that's in the NDAA.
Let's say that you want to start promote the BDS movement. You want
the what movement?
Boycott, divest, strike. So if you want, or if you're telling people to boycott Walmart, and you're trying to get people to boycott Walmart, and you're actually getting some traction, and people are actually boycotting Walmart, right?
Right.
Now Walmart's stock will take a hit. Now you're what? An economic terrorist?
You're an economic terrorist. They'll put a label in front. You could be a economic terrorist. You could be a social media terrorist. You could be a public parks terrorist. They can put terrorist either before or after anything. It's so fucked up. I mean, everybody thinks that fascism is not going to happen.
Oh, everybody's freaking out about fascism now. They think it's happening now. It's been here for a while.
It's been here for a while. For a fucking long time. And everybody's watching Jimmy Dore and he's talking about Biden, but they made their pick. What's sad is he's going to get fucking clobbered. He's going to get slammed so hard. Donald Trump's going to take Joe Biden, and he's actually going to lift him up off the ground physically during a debate and not do a near rear naked choke. Nothing like that. He's going to do like a full body slam. Boom! Right? And he's just going to just pummel this fucking old decrepit man who's just has lost all cognitive ability at all. I'm just surprised he's even moving. He has as much excitement as a fucking a brick right now.
You know what he reminds me of?
What?
Remember those commercials like right after Jeopardy or Murder, She Wrote?
Yeah.
And it was where they come on and they start talking about life insurance policies, and it's just some old white guy, and he's like, if you act now, you can get in at a low rate. And that's the same level of enthusiasm that Joe Biden has for anything at all, unless he's yelling at a blue-collar worker. That's the only time you ever really see him excited is when he's yelling at a worker.
Off. Right. Why isn't every other country can do exit?
Yeah, exactly. He's fucking nuts.
I mean, he's not even finishing sentences anymore. He starts talking about, the people, and, anyway. That he shut down halfway through his sentence.
I can't, when I want to show you, and they come up like 3 or 4 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
Of all the shit. No, don't show me. Don't fucking show me. Please don't show me.
It hurts.
No, I don't. I just got to see this. We got to see this one. And then you're like, oh, that's just so bad. Oh, God, that's just so terrible. Oh. And it's shameful. This whole fucking process. The people in other countries are not only pissed off at us because we're not quarantining completely and we're not doing the right things with this fucking virus. And I'm talking about countries that have lost thousands of people. They get it. They've shut it all down. But we have the most potential to spread this and kill more people on this planet than any other nation. Especially with the fucking drive-through, you idiots. and now you have this fucking just this narcissistic piece of shit fucking spoiled brat running this country who doesn't give a fuck about you unless you are in a corporation making over $1 billion a month. And you've got this fucking withering, disgusting old piece of shit. And the whole entire democratic process that we're supposed to be using has just been shown to the world of cheating and rigging and colluding to the point to where it's not pathetic, it's just shameful. It's just fucking shame. We are not the same country that we were. Actually, honestly, if you go back, I mean, Martin Luther King has been asking for Medicare for all, free justice, and all this other stuff. The same things that Bernie's been asking for pretty much since he was around. Over 50 years. And nothing has happened. I don't know in this country.
Because we keep asking.
What do you mean?
You don't ask for somebody to give you power. You take it. That we have to take it. They're not going to give it to us. They're going to be like, oh, okay, well, you got me right there. You voted me out of office. I guess I lose. You win.
That's a great point.
They're not going to give it up without a fight.
Yeah,
and I don't mean like go in, storm the place with guns. I mean boycott, divest, and strike. Like right now, we were talking about you can't storm, Capitol Hill. You can't go out and protest. But what you can do is all these essential workers that are putting their lives at risk right now because they have to go into work. And by the way, they're making minimum wage. Most of them are making minimum wage to do that and to deal with insane people, sick people, and putting their lives at risk. How about they just don't? Why not? This would be the perfect time for a strike. This would be the time for a strike.
And just say, because here's what's gonna happen. If everybody said fuck you to your never happening trickle down corporations, and just said fuck you, walk off. Let's start the walk off day, the walk off week, where every fucking non-essential company out there that's still, or even essential in a sense, that's out there getting nothing, right? I mean, drive-through. Those fucking people aren't making shit, and they're risking their lives.
And they don't have health insurance.
And
so
they
when
don't
they
have
get sick, they can't call off. They don't get sick days. They don't get vacation days. They don't have health insurance. So you know what happens when they get sick? They go right back to work still.
Yeah.
So every single person that's going to come through their drive-thru is going to get a side of Corona with it.
Would you like a little extra Corona on your pizza?
I mean, and that's how we got in this spot in the first place. It'd be nearly as bad if people weren't forced to go to work when they're sick. If we had health insurance, if we had a plan, if we paid people a living wage, they might actually have something in their savings accounts for when things like this happens.
Yeah, that's a great point for sure.
But we were completely unprepared on every aspect of this whole pandemic, and then capitalism just fueled it and made it worse.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying this, they're totally saying that this is the result of capitalism. Right? This is what you get when you believe that the guys upstairs in the penthouse or at the big office are going to take care of you, and they're not gonna. If when the shit hits the fan, they're gone, and they have disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
They have actually disappeared. In the past year and a half, and more recently, in the past month or so, these motherfuckers are gone. They've got their fucking arcs. They've got their shelters. They're stocked up. If anybody's buying all your toilet paper, you should know it's a CEO. Toilet paper equals CEO. They've taken all the toilet paper. They've taken all the food. They're already prepped. They're ready for all this. And when it all blows over and hundreds of thousands or millions of people fucking die, they're going to come back and take their spot. Because they're still going to be in the same position of power, same position of influence, and they're going to keep running it the same fucking way with the capitalistic bullshit that's happening. And they're still going to take, and in order to do everything they need to do, they're still getting their socialism. They're still getting their subsidies. They're still getting their tax loopholes. They're still getting their fucking bailouts. And they're going to still be in the same fucking spot where they were before. So in another 8 to 10 years or 12 years, you're going to have this fucking cycle again. Something's going to happen and you're all going to be fucked again. And sadly, this is probably the best moment to show that we are fucking sick and tired and we're not going to take it anymore. But we can't leave our houses. Because if we do, we'll be COVID terrorists.
We would be a biological weapon.
We will be biological weapons, which is not a bad idea. All right. So I'm going to go off for a little bit. I'm going to come back on. We'll do some more open mic. I want to thank you guys for being here and for hanging out, whoever's watching or whoever's not watching, because everybody's watching other shows. But anyway, we'll be back in just a little bit and hang out with you guys, all right? Aloha.
Aloha.